There are so many ways to serve God. Sometimes you dunk, and I don't mean baptism. And sometimes you dance. For Bible Fellowship church planters, the key is community. How do you make connections? How do you minister where God has placed you? Two BFC church planters find themselves in two very different situations. Pastor Juan Carlos Morales, everyone calls him Los, he leads Christ Alone Fellowship, a church plant in an urban setting in the city of Lancaster, Pennsylvania.
You will make it to the finish line. Amen.
50 miles to the northeast, Pastor Dan Hofstetter leads Redeemer Bible Fellowship Church, a church plant in a rural setting in the town of Topton.
Father, bless us this morning.
These leaders say you need to be students of the community you're in and of your own people. In Topton, they did a survey, and then they made a picture.
We actually drew up a composite sketch. It looked like a little alien on the board, just this kind of figure, and we called him Topton Tommy or Topton Tammy, and we said, what is Topton Tommy thinking?
And Dan's church planting team did some thinking and was able to ask this question.
What kind of church does Topton need?
Meanwhile, in Lancaster, what does a city church need? Los and his team have taken the pulse of their community. This event reflects that.
Being from hip-hop culture as an example, we realize that's a kind of a subculture that, you infiltrate or get engaged. But some of us that come out of it are going back to it, which is not a traditional model.
What remains traditional is a concern for meeting needs.
First and foremost, they have a gospel need. They need to hear the good news of Christ.
And the city presents a lot of other needs, too.
There are those needs of people needing a shelter, right? People needing food, people needing their basic needs met. We hear of these needs and then we mobilize the church to meet them.
Dan knows his friend Los, working in the city, has a slightly different task.
For a Los in a big city, he could be pulled in 3,000 directions.
But Topton is quieter, and the work of outreach looks different. Example, Redeemer's introductory block party. You see, not a lot happens in Topton, and the town took notice.
The borough was like, you got to do that again. We've never had an event that well attended.
And the town noticed Redeemer's attitude of, we want to serve you. Whether it's providing sidewalk snow shovelers around town, or providing a surge of volunteers for neighborhood cleanup day, or
the schools will now call us and say, we have a family in need. We know that when we give you stuff, it comes back fulfilled pretty quickly.
It's important to know the culture and then infiltrate, and then find people who are indigenous to that culture, preach to them the gospel so that you can then send them back to the culture.
Both men emphasize a culture of grace inside the church walls, urban or rural, a gospel culture that welcomes people who stumble, people who struggle. In other words, all of us. It may be showing Christ's love to a homeless woman in Lancaster, or offering a Celebrate Recovery chapter in Topton. It's offering real community to the community.
The mission church has to know itself. It has to know its identity. It has to know what God's called them to be.
Knowing your identity helps you to stay focused and to actually make a bigger impact in your community.
Two churches making an impact in different ways and poised to keep on going.
A mission church is on mission, and so we're out to make disciples.
We're like, we want to be a church plant that can say we also planted new churches.